Hello again and welcome back. I'm Trenaughter and this is Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon for the PlayStation 3. This is the 80s turned up to 11 and might just be the greatest video game of all time. I don't need to say any more than that. That's the intro. Let's go. Very minimalistic first screen. You got help and options. Again, as usual, nothing you really need to mess around with on here too much. Although I did notice this earlier, which is, well, odd. Henry was never your typical 18-year-old. He never fit in with the other high school kids. Myrtle never acted like she was 82. She wasn't interested in bingo. Alone, they were outsiders, but together they are spring into winter, this summer's most unusual buddy romantic comedy action thriller. Watch as they find each other in a world that frowns on their love, as Henry must rescue Myrtle from Red October terrorists out to steal her retirement pension in a film the critics are calling a movie. I don't know what that has to do with the rest of the game. That's not the story of this game. That's just there, and it made me laugh because reasons. I assume drugs. We shall start a new game. Multiple save slots, very important. Medium, because we always should go medium. You get these little pearls of information that just take the piss out of what they usually put there, because, let's face it, what they usually put there's dumb. When you catch on fire, scream along with your character. It'll be like karaoke. There's a ton of those, and they're all brilliant. This is how they do all the cutscenes. They're all sort of 80s computer. They actually really remind me of Sega CD cutscenes. All in that sort of little letterbox, pixel art, scene by scene, like parallax scrolling backgrounds, bits moving. They're very of the times. I love it. Best turret section ever. Helicopter. Death. This is by far the best tutorial I've ever played in any video game ever. It completely takes a piss out of the dumbfuck tutorials you usually have to do, including ones that have been in other Far Cry games, so it quite openly takes a piss out of itself, which I think's just awesome. So, yeah, press X to demonstrate your ability to read.
Just let me kill people, damn it.
My thoughts exactly.
This is not cool.
Whee! I've looped.
Allows you to go in many exciting directions.
All good advice. All good advice.
Running is like walking, only faster.
I fucking hate tutorials, and this one is terrible.
Ninja! Ooh! So as you can see, the game looks fairly different to 3. Everything is neon now. All the neon. This game really nails like the music and the visuals. You really feel like you're in an 80s over-the-top sci-fi action film. I mean, it just feels like all of the 80s over-the-top sci-fi action films. It parodies so many. That didn't work. Oh! Shot him in the knee. Well, stealth failed. Stealth failed. Looks like we're going loud, boys. Clear. Hello. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Oh. Hello there. And there's the game's namesake. Those are the Blood Dragons. Oh, God. The Blood Dragons are the most formidable thing in the game. They are fucking terrifying. What colour they are represents their alert level. If they're green, they've got no idea you're there. They're quite calm. If they turn orange, they're searching. If they turn red, they're pissed. And you don't want to piss one of these things off. So you can literally rip the hearts out of dead enemies. Nice. And this is clearly where they got the idea for taking bits of animals in the next game, in Far Cry 4, and being able to throw them to distract other animals, or attract other animals. See if it works.
Snack time.
Shit. And he's off. Holy... So dragons aren't just big scary things with sharp teeth. They can fire lasers from their face. So the outposts, now called garrisons, all have huge shields around them that you can see. The green thing. Ooh, looks like an Aurora Borealis. That's to keep the blood dragons out. So you can turn these off if you want another way to approach the base. And there's a couple of ways to turn them off. You can sneak in and take out the generators, or there's usually a building with some sort of switch in it outside the generators hidden about, and they can be fairly well defended themselves. But you can turn off them, and then the blood dragons can get inside and cause all kinds of havoc. But then you have a blood dragon to deal with. So, you know, pros and cons. Or you can take it old school style and either stealth or just wade in with guns. But it just adds another mechanic to the game that's really, really, really fun. I'm going to go and turn the shields off myself and let in a blood dragon. Ooh, has he seen me? No, he's having a nap. Shh. Can we just C4 him? Well, he's tougher than a Yeti. And now this one's ours! Yeah, look at that. They are somewhere in between sort of the standard outposts and the fortresses from 4. These garrisons, but they're fun to take down, especially with the whole shield thing and the luring the blood dragons and then trying to get the blood dragons back out because they're a fucking nightmare to kill. A lot tougher than the Yetis, like I noticed. I really hope they do something like this for 4, like a spin-off mini-title, because this was intended as DLC, but it wasn't just DLC for 3. It ended up becoming like a standalone complex. You could buy it for about like a fraction of the price of what the original one was. So there's a few things immediately like noticeably different about this game, not just stylistically and the way it moves and plays and slide, and that was unnecessary, but things like this, like the skills. You now don't have a skill tree that you unlock. Like you don't pick what you unlock. You have an old-fashioned leveling system, and the higher the level, the more shit you unlock, and the more good you become. So you don't have to worry about it. Just play the game, keep getting levels, and your character will become better and better as the game goes on until eventually you have everything. You have a ridiculously over-the-top data console or progress tracker that tells you information that you just didn't need to know. Like it tells you things from all the collectibles you get, which makes sense, to time and distance you've run, amount of kills, takedowns, weapons, how many bullets you fired in total in the entire game. I mean, I've already fired 1,422, and I've been playing for about 30 minutes, if that. The map makes a return, very similar to what we used to from before, shows you where your animals are, little pick of things you've unlocked in that area, blah-de-blah-de-blah. It's not as big as the other map, obviously, but it's big enough. You also now acquire... You also now acquire weapons and upgrades, that's slightly racist, from these machines on the walls of your garrison. They give you mini-missions, side quests. So if you complete the side quest, you will unlock things for your weapons. You don't buy them anymore. So if, for example, I complete that side quest that it just caused me to accept there, I'll get a suppressor for my pistol. So it's you know, it gives you more of an incentive to go around doing all the extra stuff. And the extra stuff in these games isn't bad. Like, it's always fairly entertaining. It doesn't get too repetitive, which is important in stuff like this. Mostly because this game is so much freaking faster. You also don't take fall damage anymore. That's gone. Because you're a cyborg robot superhuman and you can jump really high anyway. You don't drown. You've got gills or something. I don't know. But you don't have to worry about drowning underwater again. They've taken a lot of the... Anything that made it sort of a survival game in any way, shape or form has been taken out of this. This is very much an arcade, fast-paced, keep you in the action, over-the-top, 80s film type thing. I know I said 80s a lot, but it really, really is. Is anyone still alive? You. I've never noticed him flip anyone off before. I completely fucked that up and somehow still came out okay. Are you okay, nerd? Yeah, saved a nerd!
If guns make me safe, bigger guns make me safer.
When you are running low on
Logic.
supplies of lethal killing
Just pure
implements,
logic.
take
And your weapons lockers are back. They're exactly the same, but now 90% shinier. They are the same. Once you've unlocked like upgrades and things for your weapons, you come here and upgrade them at minor cost. That one's already equipped. And that's pretty much it. It's very straightforward. You need extra ammo, buy extra ammo, extra consumables. So, you know, healing syringes and body armor, that thing you can pick up here. That's that. All of the garrisons now have these bat signal things going on that send lasers up to the sky, so you can see where all the other garrisons are, which makes them much easier to find and track and know where the safe ones are, etc, etc. which is just very, very cool and handy. Stealing your car. Oh, shit's called Jurassic Park. Nice. Yep, vehicles have made a return. They're exactly the same as before, except the weapons on the back of them are now much more awesome. They've even like awesomed up all the weapon animations for like swapping weapons and reloading. They've just made it all so over the top and brilliant, and I recognise that from the Terminator. This parodies so many films. Like, I think I've been playing this game for half an hour, and I've seen it parody the Predator, RoboCop, Tron, Blade Runner, Escape from New York, Terminator. In fact, the main character, Rex Power Colt, it's a brilliant name, by the way, is voiced by the guy that played Kyle Reese in the original Terminator film. I think his name's Michael Biehn. He was in Alien as well. Yeah, Michael Biehn. Which just thought was just a brilliantly, like, just delicious little touches like that. It's unnecessary. They put a lot of work into this. Let's put that fall damage to the test. Fucking hell. Cyber Puppy! To space with you, Cyber Puppy! And then he's going to explode for some reason. Kalema! Kalema! 3, 2, 1.
Nope, it's not. Doc, it's a no-go on the explosives.
Huh. That was a bit of a anticlimax. One shot, one kill. Fucking Angry Blood Dragon. Holy shit, snacks. Run away.
Objective. Protect the engineer.
Ugh, escort mission. How well the game handles, even though they've turned like the speed up to ridiculous and you can jump for miles now and whatever, is a testament to how good the original physics were, because it holds together brilliantly. Like it doesn't miss a beat at all. It doesn't fall apart like you'd expect it to. Cybershock, 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 Cybershock. Ah, metal jaws. Like in that film. What am I doing? Where am I going? I'm so confused. There we go. God, it moves so fast, sometimes you just lose track of what's going on. There we go. Come on. Come on, before the Cybershocks catch on to what you're doing. Form an orderly queue. Thank you.
Objective. Launch the nuclear reactor.
Not a problem. Seems like a perfectly legitimate way to deal with a nuclear reactor.
He called shotgun.
Haha! He made the joke I made in the last game. Slalom, slalom. Oh shit. Ooh, and bollocks. Snipe this. Ooh. Teabag, teabag, teabag. All your bases are belong to us. Well, some of them anyway. So that's the first couple of missions, and I've taken another garrison. What can I say about this game that I haven't already said? It's got such a brilliant sense of fun, and the pacing is everything that was fun about the other Far Cry games, just faster, just a lot faster, and the game itself has got a brilliant sense of humour. 3 in 1. Yes, teabag them all. You're all welcome. Look, a herd of nerds. It's a nerd herd. I'm a nerd herder. Completely forgotten what I was saying. Yes, brilliant sense of fun. Turn up to 11, the whole game. It is over the top 80s-ness, but it's not just nostalgia as why the game's good. You could never have seen an 80s movie in your life and you would still appreciate this. It's constantly funny. It does make a lot of references to 80s films, but its sense of humour is outstanding. I found myself just playing through the main campaign, grinning like a fucking idiot, like laughing out loud even though there was no one else around, and I don't do that very often, not in video games. You know, I get a little giggle here and there, but this had me belly laughing on occasion. It's just an outstanding piece of video game. It's the most fun I've ever had in a first-person shooter, and That's saying something, because I've played a lot of first-person shooters. Like I said, the audio, dialogue, and voice acting are exceptional in this game. But when you're all done with that, when you've played through the campaign once or whatever, and you need to go through it all again, or you fancy going through it all again on a harder difficulty setting, I recommend you change the language. There is different voice acting for different languages in this game. I played through in Spanish, and it's just... In fact, I'll stick a clip on the end of this video.
E adesso si balla. Io trovo l'ingresso del bunker.
E io creo un diversivo. Facciamogli assaggiare il piombo dei cybercommando.
Te ne marco 4, figli di puttana!
And that's an intro just like a mama used to make her. Okay, racial stereotyping aside, if you haven't already picked this game up, you need to. It's fast-paced, over-the-top, ninja from the future, but somehow in the past. Action with lasers and explosions. So many explosions that make this more than worth your while. If you like anything, if you like anything, if you like fun, you'll like this game. It's been a long time since I've seen something that's just this condensed, caramelized, awesome, and everything works, everything's fun. It's very much in the same vein. Have you seen Kung Fury? If you've not seen Kung Fury, look at that on YouTube. I get the feeling that this very much inspired Kung Fury, because they are very similar. This has been the 4th in my Far Cry series retrospective. I'm playing them backwards in the wrong order. The next one will be Far Cry 2, which I've played a little bit of, and I've like virtually no opinions of. It's an odd game. It doesn't feel like the rest of them, but we'll get to that. So as usual, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.